Okay, so welcome to part 2 of the Vandalism Strat. Unfortunately, I didn't realise at the time that I never turned the microphone on, so I'll have to do a bit of talking over the top. So I've got the Vandalism sticker off eBay. It was £6.50 plus £1.30 postage. I think I've pretty much got a sticker that's, you know, the right size, the right dimensions, and certainly looks the part. So we're going to roll with that. I was looking through pictures of the COBAIN one, and just by the middle pickup screw there, that's where the corner of the sticker lies, so hopefully line it up. I've got a 3-ply black pickguard with the HSS setup. If you never see the previous video, so this is going to be going in. You see from the pictures I've taken off the 3 tone controls. Ignore my hands moving, that's not me doing it now. But yeah, I'm going to take this pickguard off, flip it round, wave my hand some more, and then we'll start taking apart the old pickup and the pots. Okay, so just taking apart the old pickguard now. I've unscrewed every screw on the pickguard and the bolts that hold the pots and whatever here to the pickguard. So as you can see, I was struggling to remove that. There was a bit of tape that was holding the wiring on. I was quite unsure whether it was stock wiring. And then also that pickguard was split, but yeah, somebody's been inside that guitar before, and I think this humbucker's been replaced. These pots were stock, and they were the full size pots, not your normal small ones that come with affinities. This was a 2002 Affinity HSS Strat, but that was a pretty decent pickup in there, and somebody had already made some holes to accommodate the screws for the pickup. So again, I was unsure if someone's been in there before, but yeah, it comes with a little green cap that looked pretty weak, so I'll be replacing that. I'll keep the pots and just wire in that humbucking pickup. The 5-way control switch looked pretty decent, so I was going to stick with that. So on to the pickup selector. There was a red wire which was third lug in from the right. That was the hot that comes off the humbucking pickup, and then there was a grounding wire that went onto the back of the volume pot. That'll also be getting taken out, and I'll be replacing that. So this is the orange cap I'll be putting in. The old one went from the back tone control pot. It was in the middle lug, and it went to the middle tone control pot into the far lug, sort of on the bottom of the guitar. So I'll replace that. So I've just unsoldering the cap. I already unsoldered the humbucker, which is literally just a hot and a ground. So right now I'm just putting the pickups and the tone volume control and the switch back onto the new pickguard. Just makes for easier assembling, you know, soldering the joints in and whatever. Yeah. So this point on, the audio comes back on the camera, so bear with me. Okay, microphone is now turned on. Somebody knocked at the door, so I stopped the camera. Went to put it back on, I realised I never had the microphone turned on, so do apologise, but we'll crack on now. Just putting the pickguard back together, ready to solder the pickup in and put the orange cap in. Just going to tie that one up. So it's going to put the orange cap on now. So it's this tone control, it's the middle tang, was attached to the end tang of this middle tone control. Unfortunately there's a big blob of solder on each of them. I really could do with one of them solder, I don't know what they're called, the little things that suck up the solder. I could do one of them. So let me order one. A big blob of solder on my soldering iron. Let's clean that up. Okay. So this. So my soldering iron, you can see that on camera, it's got a little cleaner. It's like a
brush, like a scourer, so you can wipe off all the excess solder. That soldering iron was about £30 on Amazon. Really recommend it. Really recommend getting a decent soldering iron. You can set the temperature on this one as well, so definitely makes life a lot easier. So what we'll do, we'll feed that through. Okay, that's it. Next one. Okay, that's on. So snip off the excess. I'll try and attach it to this blob. I'll try and smush this in a little bit. So that one's on. Snip some of this excess off. Right, so what we'll do now, I think I'll screw this pickup in and then we'll wire that on. Okay, so I've got the Seymour Duncan in there. So what I'll do now, so I'll zoom in a little bit, I'll show you that orange cap I put in. So again, that goes on the back tone control, middle tang, joins onto the end tone control tang, soldered the grounding point to the top of the pot. So what I need to do now is on the Seymour Duncan, there's a red and white wire there soldered together and taped up. Then you've got a black, which is the hot, which goes onto the three-way selector switch, and then you've got a green and a braided wire. You join them together and they'll go on top of the volume pot. So what I'm going to do first of all is the third tang on this selector switch from this side was where the hot from the previous pickup was joined, so I'm going to put that on. And then the grounding point, again, I'm going to go on top of that blob of solder on the volume pot. Join that in. And then stick some solder on there. There's already a lot of solder on here, so that should be good. Okay, that's on. So the next what I need to do is ground the green and the braided wire to the pot. So I'm just going to put it onto that blob of solder there, hold it in place, and then put a bit of solder on top of that. Stays in place. We should be good. Okay, that's done. So the next thing, I'll just tidy this up a little bit, the wiring, make sure it's all not touching anything, and then I'll put it all back together. Right, so I've got it pickguard laid on top now. I've noticed the screw holes are completely different to what it was before, so I'm going to have to drill probably a few more holes there, but that'll be alright. So what I'm going to do quickly is just check the electrics. So that's the humbucker. That should be humbucker and middle. Yep, so middle on its own. Then we got middle neck and neck on its own. That's all good. Right, so what I'm going to do now is try and get what screw holes I can get in. Probably only a couple, if I'm honest. And drill some holes for the extra ones. There's actually quite a few. Right, so I'm just doing the last couple of pilot holes now. Oh, close to one there. Okay. And just get the last some spare screws. Let's get the last few ones of these in now. Okay, so that's all the screws in. So I reckon if we get the volume and tone pot on, the knobs on, I always tend to have the volume turned up. I'll have the 10 sort of facing up. That's what I tend to do on all my guitars. There you go, that's that on. So, I'm not going to put the sticker on yet. What I'm going to do now is I was having a look at the back of Kurt's guitar. I did ask on the YouTube community tab on my page. I often put pictures on there and polls and things like that. And I asked if anybody had a picture of the back of COBAIN's Vandalism Strat. I haven't seen any, but there's a video when he's at the Paramount gig, and you can see a picture of the back of the guitar on there. Somebody done a screenshot for me. I forget whose name it was, I do apologise. And from what I can see, he had no pickguard on. And yeah, that's alright. The springs were like that, so that's the back of that. Fortunately, this has only got this small tremolo block. COBAIN's one had the big full block, but he had the 3 springs facing straight up. I also wanted to see if there was any stickers on the back or anything like that, but all I could see was the bit of duct tape that went round sort of that way, so which sort of come up to roughly around there. So what we'll do now is get the sticker lined up. I also need to see if I've got any duct tape, so that may be a later addition, but for now we'll try and line this up. From what I remember, without looking, it was somewhere along that line. I'm sure the edge of this was pretty much in line with the zoom that in a little bit. The corner of this sticker, well, the edge of this sticker, I'm sure was pretty much in line with this side of that screw, but I'll double check in a minute. Yeah, it looks pretty good size. So what I'll do is I'll just double check the actual picture of COBAIN's one, and I'll line it up as best I can. So I'm going to put the sticker on now. Obviously Kurt's guitar was left-handed, with a normal sticker, so it's going to be back to front. Obviously, when it's put on, FM is the other way around. But in terms of lining it up, from what I've seen, I'll put a screenshot up now. The corner of the sticker was touching the corner of this middle pickup screw. His humbucker was retrofit. I think they cut the shape for the humbucker out the pickguard, so these screws will be in different positions. But I think obviously it's not going to be the same, it's just a right-handed guitar, and Kurt's was obviously a left-handed, but I'll go pretty much where I reckon it should go. So I think the corner of that sticker on the corner of that, leave about 1/2 mil gap, and then we'll plonk it on there, I reckon. I think that'll be pretty close enough. So if anybody wants to know, this sticker was £6.50 plus shipping on eBay. I'll put a link up now. And yeah, don't look too much of a bad size. I think it was about, actually, let me, I've got a tape measure. I'll put the measurements up anyway, so you get an idea. I know a couple of people have said about getting the exact same one, but you know, it's a right-handed guitar, so there we go. I reckon about there be good. Okay, and his was sort of like cut around the pick guard. I think we'll go with that. That's pretty sweet to me. So I'll zoom that out. So there you go, Vandalism Strat. Let's try and get the air bubbles out of this. It's a vinyl sticker. I don't know what COBAIN's original sticker was. It probably weren't a vinyl one. Just need to get these air bubbles out, and I think we're pretty good. But yeah, well, that's pretty sweet to me. It's all about the grunge vibe, so you know, don't have to be perfect as long as it's grungy and looks cool. So what I'll do now is I'll see if I've got any duct tape. I'll try and get it on. If not, I'll have to come back to that, and then I'll put this. Actually, what I'll do, I'll see if I've got another neck that'll fit this. I'm not sure if I have at the minute, but I could always change it later down the line. Get the smaller headstock. But yeah, that's looking pretty damn sweet. Right, so I'm going to look at some duct tape, and hopefully I've got some. Okay, so I found some duct tape. So I was just looking at some pictures, and what I can sort of make out, it was taping up the strap pegs. I think he was basically strapping his guitar strap to the guitar. So what I'm going to do is just quickly whack a bit over. From the pictures I've seen, it sort of went about that far to the gap on the tremolo, and then on the front I had another picture somewhere. And it sort of went off at an angle going towards the sticker. So I'm guessing he had a couple of bits of duct tape over it. So what we'll do, we'll go sort of that way. Actually, I probably went that far over. Looking probably about there, I reckon. If we can see that. Let me pull this out a little bit. And then over the back. And, oh, over the back. So look at that. So it's pretty much straight. And I'm sure there was a couple of bits on it, so I'll stick another bit on there. Obviously it's all grunge, so you know, don't have to worry about neatness. That's what grunge was all about. Do it yourself. Budget gear. There you go, that's the tape on, that'll do. Lift it up a little bit. Looks pretty legit to me. Obviously it needs the gouges in it, but I won't be doing that on my one. So yeah, stickers on, duct tape, just the one volume, one tone control knob. Missing this M1 and missing the tip of the selector switch. So what I'll do now, oh, also on the back there was no cover and there was only 3 springs all facing forward. I had a little look at my stash, and at the minute I haven't got the smaller headstock, I've only got the larger one, so I'll roll with that for now. I'll put some strings on and we'll plug her in. Okay, so the budget Vandalism COBAIN Strat, it's all put together now. So I'll give you a little close up. So I think I've pretty much got the right size sticker, and I've sort of placed it pretty much where COBAIN had it. I think I've done a pretty good job on the tape there. But again, this was a Squire HSS Affinity Strat, crafted in China, so it's got the bigger headstock. Obviously COBAIN's Japanese Fender had a smaller headstock, but I'm not completely trying to replicate. I'm just getting that sort of, you know, budget vibe version of it with sort of the feel of what it sort of looked like. So yeah, got the sticker on, got the duct tape on, got the back plate removed with the 3 springs in there, all facing straight on, sort of the COBAIN way. Again, I'm not going to be relicking this, putting big chunks in it, so if anybody else has done these, send us pictures, tag us on Facebook or Instagram, hashtag the Guitar Manifesto, and show everybody else your COBAIN Vandalism Strat. But again, I put a black 3-ply pickguard on with a Seymour Duncan SH4 humbucker in a bridge position. I changed out the stock cap because it was a bit small, and I put an orange cap in there. The pots are 500k and they're all the full size, so I kept them in. Obviously the stock wiring's in there. So just the one volume and tone control knob. We're missing the bottom one like COBAIN's. Also I left off the tip from the 5-way selector switch. But yeah, it's looking pretty sweet. Okay, so it's a few days after I originally uploaded this video. The first time I put it up, I had a copyright strike against playing a Nirvana track, so YouTube are getting a bit hot on that. So for this video, it's going to be exactly the same as the video before until sort of this part. I'm going to play to one of my own original backing tracks. So I'm going to play in the neck, the middle and the bridge position. Just pay particular attention to obviously the bridge with a Seymour Duncan in, because that's what COBAIN sort of would have used playing in Nirvana. So yeah, sorry I couldn't play to a bit of Nirvana, but YouTube are getting a bit hot, so as you were. Okay, so there you go. That was the Vandalism COBAIN budget Strat. Let me know what you think of it in the backing track. Whether you like that SH4 Seymour Duncan pickup. Again, in COBAIN's original Japanese Strat, it had a 59 Seymour Duncan humbucker. But again, I weren't going to spend money on buying another Seymour Duncan pickup. I had this one knocking around when I made the budget COBAIN Mustang video. I'll put a link up to that if anybody wants to watch that. So yeah, let me know what you think it sounded like. Probably, if I was to do a bit more to this, I'd probably put some CTS pots in there. It's got 500Ks in, but I don't know what they're, you know, they're probably just cheapo Chinese ones. They are full size, but I probably would upgrade them. I'd upgrade the wiring, upgrade the input jack, and I would also probably upgrade these two neck and middle pickup. In terms of the neck, this has got the larger headstock. Again, if I was to do a bit more to this, I'd change the tuners. I'd get a smaller headstock neck on it, and I'd probably go full on and put the fender decal on. But again, COBAIN changed the neck a few times on this. At one point had a Fernandez neck on it. So, you know, it's all grunge. It's all about, you know, chucking guitars around, breaking them and just fixing them up, DIY style. So that is your Vandalism Strat. So hope you enjoyed the series. I know it's only been 2 videos. It's a pretty easy build, this one. So yeah, let me know what you think of it in the comments below. Whether you like the look of it or, you know, don't like the look of it. Whether you thought I should have gone with a full-on relic, but to be honest, it ain't really my sort of deal. And I think it looks pretty sweet as it is. It's only sort of replicating Vandalism Strat on a budget. So yeah, price-wise, this guitar I paid 61 quid for it. The Seymour Duncan pickup, when I bought that, I paid £65 for that. I paid £6.50 for the sticker, plus I think it's £1.30 shipping, duct tape I had lying around. The orange cap, I had a few of them. They're only a couple of pound each. Again, let me know what you think to it in the comments below. Please give the video a like if you enjoyed it. I'll put a link up to the part 1 of this series if you've already missed it. And yeah, that's about it. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, make sure you've got your notifications turned on to all settings, so you stay up to date on all the latest videos. Check me out on Facebook, Instagram, the Guitar Manifesto, and if you want to tag me with pictures of your Vandalism Strat, hashtag the Guitar Manifesto, and I'll be sure to look out for them. So that's about it for now. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the series. I'll see you all soon. Peace.